Trump's vision for peace. Is it good for Israel or maybe not? Shalom, I'm Yitzhak Zaga. We will talk today about Trump's vision for peace. Here in Israel, some consider it a once-in-a-century opportunity. Finally, we are applying sovereignty. It's wonderful. On the other hand, some say this is very bad for Israel. It's a continuation of the Oslo Accords. You should know that most Israelis see Oslo Accords as the source of all our troubles. Many Israelis were murdered in terror attacks made possible by the Oslo Accords. So who is right? Is Trump's vision for peace good or bad for Israel? Let's not talk superficially. Let's see what Trump's plan really says. This is Trump's plan. Let's open it. On page 3, after a brief introduction, we find a very famous headline, Oslo. This is the word with which the plan opens. And here it says, the Oslo Accords did great things but did not complete the job. Trump's document speaks for itself. Its intention is to form the final stage of the Oslo Accords. Very simple and clear. Such an insensitive opening. In light of the propaganda of the plan supporters, we would expect to see something about sovereignty. After all, they say once a century. But the plan has its own song. And the next headline is Realistic Two-State Solution. And here the plan says, a Palestinian state must be established, and that will bring prosperity to the entire region. Okay, let's move on. On page 8, the plan says, any realistic peace proposal requires the state of Israel to make a significant territorial compromise that will enable the Palestinians to have a viable state. When we reach the map, we'll see how significant it is. On page 11, it says that the map of the plan, delivers significant territorial expansion through the Palestinians. So it must be clear that this entire plan is about establishing a Palestinian state in the middle of Israel. But many Israelis live in that area. What about them? Here's the answer. On page 12, the plan says, the Israeli population located in enclaves that remain inside contiguous Palestinian territory, but that are part of the State of Israel, shall have the option to remain in place unless they choose otherwise. The plan uses the word enclaves, which means that the writers of this plan knew they were putting many Israelis into enclaves within a Palestinian terror state. How will they survive? The plan says they can leave if they want. How cynical. On page 17, we find Jerusalem. Here the plan says, Jerusalem will remain the sovereign capital of the State of Israel, and it should remain an undivided city. Sounds wonderful. But the following sentence says, the sovereign capital of the State of Palestine should be in the section of East Jerusalem. You see, for the writers of this plan, only the west side of Jerusalem will be undivided. Parts of East Jerusalem, like Abu Dis, Shuafat, and more, will be given to the Palestinians and will be the capital of the new Palestinian terror state. So the question is, how can right-wingers here in Israel support such an awful plan? What's going on here? Didn't they read the plan? Well, the supporters of the plan are very confident with the conditions. According to them, the plan requires the Hamas to disarm itself, to recognize Israel, along with a number of other conditions. They assume that Hamas will not meet the conditions. So they say, let's take a risk, agree to the plan, so that we can take sovereignty over a small part of the area, because surely we won't have to give anything in return. Well, if it hadn't been said by important people in all seriousness, it would have been the worst kind of joke. Hamas in Gaza will not meet any conditions. That's clear. But the implementation of the plan is not contingent upon Hamas accepting the conditions. According to page 26 of the plan, Hamas regime in Gaza will be eliminated. Only if Hamas surprisingly will want to participate in the new Palestinian government shall it have to meet the conditions. But what about the Palestinian Authority in Ramallah? Are they going to meet the conditions? Well, there are figures like Jibril Rajoub, who has said many times that he is ready to recognize Israel under the two-state solution, provided that they, the Palestinians, get the land. Apart from all this, as we saw in the Oslo Accords, the Palestinians have never really been required to meet the conditions required by the Oslo Accords. So why would they do so this time? Any reliance on the terms of Trump's plan is just a risky bet. Moreover, once the negotiations begin, we cannot build or even plan to build in all the territory designated for the Palestinian state. This is explicitly stated on page 38 of the plan, that says Israel will not build any new settlement towns, expand existing settlements, or advance plans to build in those areas. That is, as soon as the outline of Trump's plan is accepted by Israel, all this territory is actually living out of our hands, even it has not yet been handed over to the Palestinians. If you have doubts, here is the map attached to the plan. The entire green area is designated for the establishment of the Palestinian state. In other words, as you can see, Trump's vision for peace is tearing Israel apart. It's not a vision for peace, it's a vision that tears Israel to pieces. Beyond all that, how do we allow ourselves to sign a document in which we give up parts of the land God has given us? Accepting Trump's plan will break the moral foundation that underlies all our hold on the land of Israel. Anyone capable of such a thing has lost all national dignity. Dear friends, if you really love Israel, do everything you can to stop Trump's vision of bringing a Palestinian terrorist state to the center of Israel. Thank you. Chizku ve'imtzu.